over to Trustee Becker on the Union Township property tax allocation presentation.
Okay. See if I get this to work. So first off, I have never created a PowerPoint presentation. So the one I did, wrong button. The one I did last month, I actually did all the graphs and put it together, or just sent it to Mr. Wright, and he was the one that put together the PowerPoint. And of course, I have PowerPoint as part of my office package. I'm an Excel guy. I've never really had much need for PowerPoint. Any graphs, I just do in Excel, which for the last presentation, that's what I did. And for this presentation, they were also made in Excel. But anyway, so what I wanted to talk about tonight was, I've heard a lot of complaints about property taxes. Of course, there was, 3 reasons for that, or 4. We had a fire levy, we had a police levy, we had a school levy, and, 4 reasons. And it was a 6-year revaluation year by the county auditor. So this quadruple whammy all came together at the same time. A lot of people had a lot of, words that I can't repeat, describing their property taxes. Well, one of the questions that came up, I think will be of interest to the audience here, is, so when I get my property tax bill, which looks like that, I know you can't read that, but this is, I think everybody's familiar with the property tax bill you get from their county auditor. In the middle section that I highlighted up there, it's called current tax distribution. So it's just a breakdown, and in my case anyway, this is there's 5 categories. There's Claremont County, Union Township, West Claremont Local School District, Great Oaks Joint Vocational School, and the Public Library. So what I wanted to do is put together some slides to show kind of that distribution of, kind of in a graphical format. So the question I'm answering is, where do my tax dollar, my real estate property tax dollars, where does that money go? And I got, I think about 4 slides on this. So the answer to the question, it depends on where you live. So this first slide, or this first graph, is if you live in the West Claremont School District. So of your property tax bill, 60% of it goes to West Claremont Schools, 27% of it goes to Union Township, and I'm going to drill down on that pie wedge. 9% goes to Claremont County, 3% to Great Oaks, and 1% to the library. Now on Claremont County, I did drill down, I don't have a slide on that, but I did drill down on it a little bit. And those dollars go to developmental disability, mental health, senior services, the county parks, and administration. Go to the next slide. This one, so first off, before I go to the next slide, West Claremont and Batavia schools are very similar. I didn't do a separate one on Batavia. This one's if you live in Milford. And if you live in the Milford School District, this probably won't surprise you. You're paying a whole lot more. And I'm not making a judgment here if you're getting a good value or not. I'm just giving you numbers. Milford schools, it's costing you 67%. So that's a little bit more than 2/3 of all your property taxes goes to Milford schools if you live in the Milford School District. And then that reduces the percentages of all the other areas. So I'm going to flip back and forth again. So you can see that's West Claremont schools and Milford schools. It is quite a difference. So on this next chart, and I know you can't read any of this, I'm just going to kind of walk you through it. So I got kind of curious. So of all of the area school districts, looking at just the property taxes, and this is based on the tax rates, and the rates I got from the county treasurer's office, the first 2 are Goshen and Claremont Northeast. And I have those in red because I want to point out it's really not a fair comparison. Initially, I wasn't going to have them on the chart because technically this is correct that of the property tax dollars, these 2 are the lowest. What the chart doesn't tell you is that both of these school districts have an income tax. So if you live in those school districts, you're paying an earned income tax out of your wages in addition to the property taxes. So moving along, the next 2 blue bars, which are relatively low, is New Richmond and then Williamsburg. The purple bar in the middle, that one is West Claremont. So as you can see, it's pretty much in the middle of the area here. Very close to that, as I said earlier, was the Batavia schools. It's slightly higher, but not a whole lot more. And the one next to that is Forest Hills, because I guess I've heard for a long time that the Forest Hills School District is very expensive. And so I got that data actually from the Hamilton County Auditor's Office, looking at their tax rates. And frankly, it's not all that expensive relative to, say, Loveland and Milford. So the green one at the very end is Milford. It is the highest of all of them around, but the Loveland is fairly close to it. So that's how your school districts are looking for is your property taxes. Again, I'm not casting any values here on, or judgments on whether you're getting a good deal from your school system or not. Just telling you these are where your property taxes are going.
And John, for Forest Hills is Anderson, correct?
Yes.
Correct, okay.
So this last slide I have, this is the drill down on the Union Township piece of the pie. So 25% roughly, again, depending on which school district you're in, 25% of your property taxes go to Union Township. So how do we spend your property tax dollars? And I'm really proud of myself with the color scheme here. I did red for fire and EMS. I did blue for police. I've been patting myself on the back for weeks now. So yeah, 44% is fire EMS. It's almost the same as police. 45%. You had a pretty nice police report up here tonight telling you how your dollars are being spent. I can tell you, I like what I'm hearing. The yellow wedge is roads, and just coming out of winter and all of the snow that was removed and potholes filled and such. I would think actually it would be more than that, so I think we're getting a pretty good deal there. And then that gray wedge, the smallest piece of it, that's 4%, and that's administration and other. So that would include parks, cemetery, zoning, anything we're throwing additional funds into, and the administrative cost. So that's where we are spending your money in Union Township. So any questions on township expenses? See us. Any questions on school district expenses? See your school board. That, gentlemen, concludes my update.
Thank you, Trustee Becker.